What's going on, everybody? David here. Today we're going to give you a stimulus check update for April 28th, 2020. But first off, on this channel, we talk about personal finance and traveling on a budget. If that sounds like something interesting to you, please hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the little bell notification so you can get future updates on my videos. All right, the first thing I want to talk about is the IRS Portal. So they've done some maintenance over the weekend. It looks like the IRS Portal is working a lot better than it was working in the past. So people are able to get in there and find out their dates for when they're going to be receiving their checks. So that's good. So when they're going to receive their checks, also when direct deposit is going to be sent to them. So that's a good thing that they were able to get in there and kind of fix things up, and they're listening. So the IRS is actually listening to the people's complaints, and they're allowing people. And one of the main issues that they were having is people couldn't put zero. So they couldn't put zero as their income that their refund. So that was causing a lot of problems. People couldn't even get past that. I know when I initially got on, I tried to put in my information, and it was just saying that it didn't have my information. I tried it a couple times, and guess what? I got locked out for 24 hours. So I just left it alone. A couple of days later, I did receive my check, so it wasn't that big of a deal. But I know if you did not receive your check, yes, that would be a big deal if you're continuing to try to get in there and try to figure out what's going on, and it's kicking you out and setting you back for 24 hours. So I'm glad that is working. It would have been great if they had it going from the beginning, but I understand it's technology, and technology, you don't know exactly what to expect. So in this situation, I'm sure there were a lot of people jumping on that server trying to get that information. So they have that working, so that is good. Okay, next thing I want to talk about is SSA, so Social Security, SSDI, and Railroad Retirement. These three categories, you guys will all be receiving your checks hopefully this week. So direct deposit this week by Wednesday. That's when they're saying that everyone should have their direct deposits by Wednesday. So please check on that. Make sure you get it. If you do not, then you're going to need to go back to that IRS portal, and hopefully they can give you some guidance as far as what's going on with it. Maybe it was mailed out to you because they tried to send it to a bank account and they couldn't, and it got kicked back to them or what have you. So you want to check that out. Make sure that that's all running, but just understand Social Security, SSDI, and Railroad Retirement, those are the people who should be receiving those direct deposits. Now, other people will be receiving checks. The paper checks are going out now. So people who filed their taxes 2018, 2019, but did not have direct deposit information, they will be receiving checks. Also, direct deposits will be going out for people who last week wanted to change their bank routing information. They changed their bank routing information by Thursday of last week. You will be receiving direct deposits this week as well. So these are all the different categories that are working. I want to know though down below, so let me know if you guys do receive your direct deposit, because I like to track these things. That way I can inform people in the comments section, hey, you know what, these people have started receiving their checks, so check the mail, they should be coming soon, or check your bank account, they should be coming soon. All right, next thing we want to talk about, and this is a little bit off topic, but it still involves finance, and we want to talk a little bit about the savings account. So the government has now said, you know what, we're going to put an end to this 6 times. Like they used to say 6 times you can make transfers. So what was happening, the banks weren't allowing you to do more than 6 transfers from your savings to your checking. So now they put an end to that, so there's no limit. You can do as many transfers. If you want to go into your savings and do a transfer to your checking, you can do as many times as you want. And that's a good thing, because you get in situations right now, especially situations right now where you have money in your savings, you have to pay your bills off, you might have lost your job, and so now you're doing more transfers than you normally do, and so now they're putting an end to that whole thing. I think that's a real good thing. I remember, and I didn't know anything about this, and I usually don't take money from my savings. I'm fortunate, and I still have a job, and so I'm usually putting money into savings, but I'm usually not transferring that money back out. However, I have been in situations where I've made a few transfers. Let's say I'm going on a trip, and so I'm making a little more transfers out of my savings than I normally do, and they always give you that warning every time you do that transfer that you're limited in the amount of transfers you can do. And I used to always think, this is my money. Why are they trying to keep me from transferring my money? It should make a difference, all that. But they do have that for a reason. But now they're putting it into it, and mainly because of the coronavirus situation that we're in right now. People need to have access to their money, so I think that's a great thing. All right, so we're going to talk about important dates. So we have some important dates to talk about. There are 2 dates. The 29th, which is Wednesday. Everyone on SSA, SSDI, Railroad Retirement, you guys should have your direct deposits on that date, okay? Now, if it goes 1 day past, maybe I'd wait one more day and then see, maybe Friday start looking into where's my check. But you guys should have your direct deposits by that date. I remember when the first round, when they said the first round it's going to go Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday, most people should have their direct deposits. I got mine on Wednesday, so that's one of those situations where they're telling you Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but Wednesday is usually the day that you should at least have it. So I think it depended on the banks back on the first round, and like the larger banks waited until that last day, to that Wednesday, and then they put them out. So check your bank account. Make sure you check your bank account by Wednesday to see if you do have that direct deposit. So that's the one important date. So the 29th. Now, May 5th, that's another important date, and that's for SSI and veterans beneficiaries. You guys need to have, if you have dependents, you need to go over to the IRS website, and then you need to go to the non-filer section and let them know that you have dependents. Now, the only dependents who qualify are under the age of 17. So it can't be just any dependent. It has to be under the age of 17. So if you do have children under the age of 17, you can go ahead and go to that non-filer, put that information in. You have by May 5th to do it. And this gives us a good indicator. So if you have by May 5th to do that, then guess what? They're going to be processing that week. So they're probably going to wait until May 5th, get all that information that they need from May 5th, and then that's when they'll start processing the next couple of days. And then hopefully, even maybe by that Friday, you might see people getting their direct deposits, and then on into the next week. So that's where we are. We're almost at the end of this whole journey here when it came to getting your stimulus check, your first stimulus check. But now we need to talk about, is there going to be another check? So that's a very important topic. And I'm going to be doing a series of videos just talking about that. And for those of you who don't know, I do have a little bit of background when it comes to government, politics. I majored in political science. I've worked with politicians for the last 20 years, helping them out, campaigns, campaign manager, all down the line. So I do have some experience when it comes to this. And we're going to work through these different proposals. We're going to talk about all of them. I'm going to give you my insight as far as what I think will probably happen. Will we get a stimulus check? Won't we get a stimulus check? We're going to talk about all that. So I'm going to start doing a series of videos on that. I'm going to continue to do the updates, but I'm going to start talking a lot about that, a lot about the proposals. One of the good things about talking about proposals early on is you can reach out to your congressman and let them know, hey, you know what? I heard about this proposal. I heard about that proposal. Send them an email. You start getting in their ear, especially during an election year, and that's when you're going to start seeing things happen. Big business does it all the time. That's why they get what they want when it comes to these different stimulus package loans and all this stuff. That's why they get this stuff, because they're always in these politicians' ears. We need to be in these politicians' ears now too. And it's a lot easier to do it nowadays because you can just get on your computer, type in a few little sentences and send it off to your congressman. You think, oh, you know what? They're not going to get it. Someone will read that. It might not be the actual congressperson, but someone will read that, and then they will check mark, okay, this is how these people feel about it, and they'll group them all together, and then they'll say, okay, this is what we have. A percentage, 30% of the people feel this way, 50% of the people feel this way. So that should let the politician know exactly what's going on and how people feel about this whole situation. So that's why you want to subscribe to our channel, because we're going to be doing a series of videos on this. So we have, hopefully we'll have something by the end of May. We'll at least know where they're going when it comes to another stimulus check, if they're going to go with another stimulus check or not. There will be another package, okay? So I've already said, I think personally there's going to be another stimulus check, but we will have another stimulus package that's going to include different things, just like the CARES Act. The first CARES Act, it included different things. It wasn't just about the stimulus check. So we will have another one. Now, will that stimulus check be in there with the other things that are in the package? We don't know that yet. So that's where you have to really be knowledgeable. So that's why we'll do a series. We're going to talk about all this stuff. I'm going to let you know what's going on. Hopefully you guys will be giving me feedback with comments and all that, and then we'll try to work through it and see what they do hopefully by the end of May, maybe early June, and then we'll see about getting a second stimulus check. I think it's one of those things that it has to happen at this point, because $1,200 for most people, it's a lot of money. Don't get me wrong, but I think most people are saying, you know what, I do need a little bit more in this time. And I know the whole argument is, well, you give them a little bit of money, they're going to want more, they're going to want more, they're going to want more. But I think one more stimulus check would probably be the right tone And then once we start coming and stuff starts lifting and we start seeing people getting back to work and stuff like that, I think it'll be a little bit different when we look at how people feel about it at that point. So if they've gotten 2 checks, it's kind of like, okay, yeah, you know what? I got one and I got another one. I'm good with that. Let's go ahead and move forward. So we'll see. But I want to know, comment down below what you guys want to know, like especially if there's different proposals and stuff that you've heard. Let me know down below and I'll look more into them. Like I said, there are a few popular ones that are out there right now. We're going to talk about those in future videos. But if you guys see some stuff or you hear about some stuff, let me know. And I'll check it out for you guys. All right, guys, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.